cultivation is bad, and people shouldn't do it for their public safety aspect.
Okay, thank you. So just Googling here, 4 marijuana plants under a 60-watt NPS lamp, whatever that is, will produce about 150 grams per plant, or about 600 grams from the 4 plants. Now, we've heard from many witnesses that they are concerned about increased exposure of children, of youth to marijuana because of homegrown plants. And again, one of the goals of legislation is to reduce access to marijuana for Canadian youth. So do you have any reflection on that? I heard you say that when the plant is sort of growing, and unless you heat it or do something it doesn't actually release the THC components. But once it's dried and you have 600 grams of it sitting around somewhere in jars, I guess, what's your feeling about children's exposure to it at home?
So, just exposure, being in the same room as a jar of cannabis, obviously it's not that THC is sort of wafting around. So, and children themselves, and I think for children, I guess I would define, younger than 13 or something, the vast majority of them are not smoking anything. They're not interested in that. As they become teenagers, that becomes something of an issue. It's not a very, attractive thing to be eating. So toddlers are not going to sort of reach into a jar of dried cannabis and start nibbling on it. It's sticky, it's stinky, it tastes bad. It's dry and crispy. I mean, it's not something like a cookie or whatever that's going to be more attractive. So I don't think we're looking at a massive problem.
It does seem harder for a parent to control 600 grams of dried product versus 30 grams of dried product in terms of is someone getting into it or not. There does seem to be a greater quantity at home under the home growing operations.
Right, but I think, storage, secure storage is secure storage, and 600 grams is, it's not like a bale of hay, so to speak. It's a smaller amount that can still be locked up, the same as a 30-gram amount. I have kids at home, 9 and 13, so I think about these things as well. And
we've had people doing it for now over 12 years or 13 years, and we don't